Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with Rooted in the Rock, and I've got something dropping from the projects branch right now. Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with Rooted in the Rock. I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to share a project with you today. I've been waiting to do this. Our crafting group at church, our next project. So I told you before about the baby snugglers, and those we heard, they loved them. It worked really, really well. They were so thankful. We got to help a lot of people, and it was really great. So our next project is going to be lap blankets for our widows and our shut-ins. Every Christmas, our church takes them a gift, and so I had planned on doing this we planned on doing this for the widows as it was, and we thought we would just, give it to them at one of their meetings. But then I'm friends with one of the ladies that works with those groups, and she was like, "Oh, that would be perfect for our Christmas gift." So we're going to kind of combine, and it's going to be really great. But I wanted to show you because the name of our group has sewing in the name of it, and so we've been working on changing the name because we're wanting to do projects that involve other crafts and other skills and involves everybody, not just women who sew, right? And a lot of people see the name and maybe don't come because they think, well, I don't sew, so that's not for me. So, no pun intended. The project, this lap blanket project, we thought, well, people who sew can make like quilts or other types of lap blankets that involve sewing. People who crochet and knit can make blankets doing that. But also people who don't sew and don't knit or crochet can make blankets. They have these no-sew projects, and it's with fleece. It's super easy. You may have seen it done before, but now I haven't looked at Hobby Lobby to see if they have these kits. But at Joann's, because I had gone because the fabric was on sale, and I was going to see, which fleece, and I saw Joann, etc. is the name of the craft store. They have these kits, and I know you can buy these. You might be able to find some of these at Walmart too. I don't know. I'll have to go out and look. But they have these kits that are already put together. The fabric is already cut to the length you need. All you have to do is cut the corners, cut the tassels, and tie it together. That's it. It involves practically no skill. Like, anybody can do it. It's super easy, and I just wanted to show you. So this kit at Joann, the regular price is $30. Now Joann is still doing the 40% off one regular price item coupon on their website. It's on their website. I don't know if they even do paper ads anymore, but you can get it on the website. Super easy. Just pull it up on your phone and they can scan it. And so this kit is normally $30 and I got it for $18. So for an entire blanket and a project that's fun for you and it could be a blessing to someone, that's really great. So if you can get a discount, or if you have someone who has a bunch of fleece that they don't know what to do with, that's super cool. If you can you can do this with any fabric. You don't have to have it pre-cut, but this one is pre-cut. So I'm going to show you. Speaking of cutting, let's cut this ribbon. It's a ribbon cutting. So in the kit, this is a 48 by 60 inch. So 60 inches that's 4 feet by 5 feet. Is a really great lap blanket size. It's great for when you're sitting on the couch watching TV, if you're sitting and reading, whatever the case may be. It's not like a blanket you could sleep with it too if you're short. But anyway, so this one is really cute. It's gray. I chose the gray one because I know a lot of people are decorating in gray right now, but it's super, super easy. I want to show you how to. Look at this print. It's even got a border on it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, we're going to look at the tools you need are scissors or rotary cutter and mat ruler. Okay. Project tips. Cut both layers of fleece at the same time. So don't cut one part of it, because you have, with these fleece ones, you're taking two different patterns and putting them together. Now this one has, both of them are patterned. One is the gray, one is the white, and they're flipped opposite. But most people, when they do one of these fleece blankets, these no-sew blankets, they pick a pattern that they really like, and then for the second one, for the bottom side, they pick a solid color that's complementary to something in the pattern, right? So you might have a pattern and then the back is red or blue or whatever the case may be. Or if you have two prints that are opposite, like mirror opposites of each other like this, it would work too. Anyway, you want to cut them both at the same time together, right? So that they're cut exactly the same, same place in the same way. Okay, trim off selvage edges. Is that supposed to be salvage? It's spelled with an E. I don't know. I'll have to look that word up. Oh my gosh. Both pieces should now be the same size. So the instructions, I'm going to tell you the instructions. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just wanted to show you something you can do and what it looks like. Okay, so place the fleece layers wrong sides together, right? So the picture side in together. Cut 5-inch squares out of both pieces of fleece at each corner, okay? All 4 corners, you're doing a 5 by 5 square cutting out of the corner, okay? To make the fringe, cut 5 inches into the fleece at 1-inch intervals around all 4 sides of both layers. Knot fringe pieces together using 1 strand from the top layer, 1 strand from the bottom. Repeat all 4 edges. And that's it. That's it. It says wrong sides together. So you want right side out, basically. I was like, wait a minute. Yes, right side out. So you want the picture side to be facing out. So you're basically putting them back to back together. And you want to cut both of them in the same place at the same time. And what you're going to do, and I believe... Okay, I had this out from the last sewing project. It was still out on the table. But I believe this border looks to be about... Okay, so this border is... It's really almost 6 inches. So once you cut the fringe, after you cut the fringe, you'll have yourself a 1-inch white border around the outside border, this one. But anyway, so what you're going to do... I've got too many things in front of me. When you have them, we're going to pretend, I think you can see the table mostly right here. Okay. So what you're going to do, I wonder if this is, because it said something about, it's not. This is over 6 inches. Anyway, what you're going to do is, I thought it had a thing with it. I remember seeing a kit that had a cardboard card in it that was 5 by 5, to where you could just put it on top and either draw around it or cut along with the card, and it was just easy peasy. This one does not. This is not 5 inches, so don't use that for your corners. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to put them together back to back. So the right side is showing on each side. If you flip the blanket over, it's showing the right side of that fabric, okay? And then you are going to cut out 5, let me hold it up this way. You're going to cut out 5 inches out of the corner. I suggest, it is easy if you just cut a square card and, you can lay it on top of your fabric. Cut yourself a template. A 5 by 5, especially if you're going to make several of them, definitely make yourself a template. It's just faster and easier. But you can just put it on your fabric and then cut around the edges, right? So you cut your 5 by 5 square out of the corner, and then 1-inch strips down the side, and you're cutting them 5 inches deep. So however big you cut the corner, some directions that I saw online, they might have done theirs 4 inches. I'm not sure. But however deep you cut the corner, that's how deep you're going to do your tassels down the side. And then you tie them together. So the way you tie them together, we'll take this piece of ribbon just for example's sake here. Got my scissors. I'm just going to set them. I'll set them right here so you can see. So the way you tie the fringe down the end. It's just like it's easy peasy. It's just, I mean, you can tie it however you want to, but the way I've seen it done, the way I've seen it explained is you just tie it just like when you're beginning to tie your shoe. You take them and you cross them and you pull one through just like that, and you do it twice, okay? And that's it, right? Just make sure you pull it good and tight enough, and that's all you have to do, okay? So you're just tying it twice, just like you're starting tying tennis shoes, and that's all you have to do. If you feel better tying it a third time, that's fine too. You can play with that and see what it looks like and see if you like it. But fleece holds, you might be concerned, oh, it might come undone, anything like that. But really, fleece, that type of fabric, when you tie it in knots like that, it holds pretty well. And honestly, so you want to make sure you pull it tight enough that it's not just going to come undone with regular use. Okay, so make sure you tie it good and tight, but not too tight to where the fabric goes like that, you know. But anyway, I just had in my head is funny. But anyway, you don't want to like bunch up the fabric by tying it way too tight, but just make sure your knot is tight enough. It's not gonna like come undone too easily. But really, anybody who can tie, if something comes undone, you can always just retie it. But I don't think I've ever seen that happen. I keep bumping the table and I see the camera go like this. I'm like, ah! But I don't think I've ever seen any of these come undone before. They usually stay pretty well. So this is just a simple, easy, quick project that can mean a whole lot to somebody. And it's not that expensive. Like with the coupon, I paid $18 for the kit. You can find the fabric on sale. Perhaps you would need, I would have to calculate, because, so on the package, it's measured it in inches and meters, but when you buy the fabric, it comes in yards. And you got to be careful because different fabric has different widths. So you might buy a yard of this fabric, but it's only 48 inches wide, right? So if the fabric is 48 inches wide, you're trying to make a 48 inch by 60 inch. 60 inches is 5 feet and a yard is 3 feet. So you would need to get 2 yards of that fabric in order to get the size you want for the blanket. And you'd be cutting you'd be cutting a foot off of one end for it to be the size that you want. So keep those scraps though. If you've got a scrap that's a yard or 48 inches by 1 foot, you could totally do other projects with that. That's a good piece of fabric. I hate wasting good fabric or ribbon or whatever it may be. But like I said, you can buy the fabric and do it, or you can buy the kit. The kit is super, super easy. It's super fun. Even kids can do it. They have kid kits that do the same thing, but it's a really easy project. You don't have to be able to sew. You don't have to have any super special skill. It can be fun. It can be hot in the summer if you're working with fleece. Like, I would suggest doing it on a table and not on your lap. Of course, if you're measuring and cutting, you're going to want to do that on the table anyway. But make sure, too, that you have really good, sharp scissors, okay? You don't have to have super special fabric scissors, but you want to make sure you want to make sure your scissors or whatever it is you're using to cut is good and sharp, okay? When you're cutting fabric, if you're using scissors that aren't sharp, it can like fray the ends and you can get jagged edges, and it's not pretty. So make sure you have good sharp scissors. Use good scissor etiquette, right? We're not running in the house and we don't want kids running with scissors, etc., etc. Like, be careful with your scissors. They're sharp. But you do want super sharp scissors for cutting fabric. You can get, like, these were not that expensive. This is a pair of Singer scissors. I got it at Hobby Lobby in the sewing section. They had some really expensive ones, the Fiskars. I grew up, my mom always got Fiskars. But they were, $20-something for the super special, super good fabric ones. I just got some cheapo Singers because I was buying several for people to use for the other project work. So Anyway, get you some good scissors and it should be an easy peasy project that will hopefully be a blessing to you or someone else. So that's it, guys. Get out there and make something. And if you liked this, if it was helpful, please hit that thumbs up like button so I know. Subscribe for future content, and I'll see you next time. I did not have to cut that. It was tied in a nice bow, and I could have had a nice long piece of ribbon. But no, I had to go and cut it because I was impatient. Now I have 3 maybe sort of useless pieces of ribbon. I'll find something to do with it.